6-litre test mule. Here it is. We bought this after having a good successful sort of play with the Statesman, and we acquired this car off a customer, and it was a converted LS thing, so it wasn't really worth much. So we figured, let's just buy it. Manual transmission. It's got an L98 in it, and we had a 3-inch exhaust system laying around, so we whacked that on, 1 7/8 headers, and then we had an old VCM OTR laying around, so we used that, and then as you can see on the front of the car, we basically cut the whole front off it, laid the radiator over, put a header tank in here, just for ease of bleeding. Pretty much removed everything out of the bay, so I got rid of all the heater, the cowling, pretty much everything that was gonna get in the way. We could put the car back to standard if we needed to, if we wanted to go and have some, have some fun out in the circuit, or do something with it later. It is easy enough for us to revert this back to stock, but in the interim, it's really easy for us to work, and we've got like magnets, strategically placed magnet trays, around the car. This is just all for ripping bolts out and dropping them, and just being able to do things efficiently. So, but I guess the big thing is that, what are we going to do with it? So pretty much this would be the same deal as what we did with the Statesman. We've got a whole range of camshafts. We've got the whole range of VCM performance cams. We've pretty much selected all of Crow's main camshafts plus a few extras. BTRs, we've got all them. We've got Cam Motion, we've got them in the mix, and we may throw a few other companies in there as well. But the first part of the testing will be pretty much, baseline with what we've got now, then camshaft testing one after another, and we'll probably break it down, so we're only probably doing 3 or 4 videos each episode, just so they don't get as long. Some of the other videos previously were a little bit too long, to be honest with you, so we'll try and keep these a little bit trimmed down. But yeah, but look, it's a really good thing. This is actually a bit of a freak of an engine. It works really well. Pretty much here's our baseline here. So the baseline is 295 kilowatts, 536 Newton meters. It is a lot higher than most other 6-litres do make. So this is a pretty good engine. But the exhaust system and the headers and all that stuff work really well. The fact that we've got the front of the engine bay open, so obviously overall, engine bay temperatures are a lot lower. But at the end of the day, the whole purpose of this video is comparison back to back with actual, real world data, not comparing other people's cams in different cars on different dynos. We are comparing the same combination, the same TAM, same oil temperatures, same water temperatures. Everything is the same when we do the comparisons, with the exception of tuning. Obviously, we're going to be tuning in between all of that. Now, keen eyes will notice we are MAFless on this build, and you will hear me a lot in a lot of my other videos where I say you don't need to go MAFless. It's the same. The MAF is perfectly comfortable up to around that 380 kilowatt mark. Now, I stand true to that. The reason why we are doing this, because the front of the car is open. We have a fan in front of the engine, and as you can imagine, if we're blowing a fan into the front of the OTR, it's going to disrupt the airflow meter readings. So we have no air filter in this. We're trying to keep things so we are simply doing as a close test with everything, so we just don't want anything getting in the way. So we've removed the air filter, we've got rid of the airflow meter so it doesn't affect our tune-up. Because at idle, when the fan's on, it completely blows out the airflow meter, which is what happens, So when you have a nose on the car, you've got all that stuff disturbing the sort of air going in. So when you're at idle, the fan doesn't tend to affect it as much. But we still do close the bonnet on certain cars when we're trying to do the idle mixtures and all that. So, but yeah, so that's my reason why we are MAFless. So, but we will have a look at the dyno sheet, and there's the comparison between having the MAF in and the MAF and the MAF out. There it is there. There's nothing in it, and as you can see on the dyno graph, it is literally apples with apples within, half a kilowatt of each other across the line. So, so a very good repetitive back-to-back on that one, and it just proves that you really don't need to go MAFless. So, but yeah, so pretty much now the car's done. We've baselined it. We're ready to go. Our episode 2, which is following after this, is going to be the BTR camshafts, which will be their stage 1, 2 and 3 camshaft, back to back in the 3 of them. And yeah, we'll see how that goes, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you on the next video, and welcome to a new series. So thanks guys, and we'll see you on the next one.